Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back to another Fortnite video. So a lot of people asked to see the ending of the gameplay from yesterday's news video, and I figured given that it was a pretty exciting 11/12 kill game, that I would share the end of that with you in the background, so that's what's going on, and hopefully you liked it as much as I enjoyed playing it. The end's a bit BS, but whatever, and also I figured I'd talk about Fortnite as a game in general, and why it is so successful, and why it's perhaps going to be the biggest game of 2018, and perhaps one of the biggest games of all time, because if you don't know, they recently celebrated 20 billion players, but you might question, why is Fortnite so successful? What is the reason for it hitting 20 million players? That's more than PUBG, by the way. What's going on with this game that's making it blow up like crazy? And that's something I figured I'd answer in today's video. So let's go straight into it, and let's start by explaining that Fortnite Battle Royale actually launched at the very perfect time. They launched in, just a couple of months ago now. They launched at the end of September, and the idea with this was like, oh yeah, they wanted to make a Battle Royale game. They worked on it crazy fast. They got something that was fun, functional, etc., and they just released it into the world and said, here you go. And at first you had to like buy it or something, but they made it free to play very quickly, which was something unique in this genre of rapidly, this rapid expansion genre, which is the Battle Royale genre, with games like PUBG, with games like H1Z1 and stuff like that, with so many games in this genre that are kind of like, competing for attention and drawing in eyes anyway. By launching a free-to-play game, they give everyone the opportunity to try that out for free, which is why, again, just 2 months after they launched it, they already hit 20 million players. But again, just being a good game, just being a free-to-play game in an expansive genre might not seem like enough, so here's all the other things they're doing just perfectly that I think, again, like, if you want to bet on, like, if somehow you could make money from betting on the future of games, this is why you would bet on Fortnite. So the first reason is the fact that they released on all platforms at the same time, and they released updates on all platforms at the same time, and they consistently try to release on all platforms. And this is something every other Battle Royale game seems to have this idea in their head that, the PC is the only platform you got to release on. That's where the hardcore guys are. That's where the people who want to play Battle Royale games are. And that makes sense. That's where all the Battle Royale guys have been for the longest time. But this means that people who do only have an Android phone, or only have, like, a console, or only have whatever device, could watch these games, but they could never play them because you need not only a PC, but for most Battle Royale games, PUBG especially included, you need a high-end PC, which is not a particularly high portion of the market. So by launching on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, as well as being pretty well optimized on the PC, it means that anyone with a reasonably powerful PC, as well as anyone with a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox, could download it. Then combine that with the free-to-play thing, and it's like, here's this amazing game everyone looks at and everyone thinks that's a cool idea. 100 players in one arena, can I survive? But then you combine that with the fact that anyone can play this on any platform. That's a recipe for success. I don't think it takes a genius to explain that, and that's something that I feel like has really been driving its growth. All of my friends who, don't really know much about, like, streaming, or don't really know much about these Battle Royale games, never had an interest in PUBG, never had an interest in, H1Z1, they think they give Fortnite a try because they saw a friend playing it, whatever, and it's free to play. Why would you not? Like, everyone's talking about it. It's one of these big games, and the network effect of any game is particularly big lately, but the network effect of, Fortnite is really nuts because it's growing at that next level. So, yeah, 20 million players, it doesn't surprise me. We could hit 50 million players without, without too much of growth, or really too much, like, reaching the peak. Basically, the game is really expanding, but it doesn't take a genius to work out all of those things. You might say, you're like, what's really the next level? And I feel like the thing that Fortnite does so differently that really sets them apart is the fact that they have this, developer kind of support for the community, interaction with the community, but also just regular updates. Any game can, we live in 2017, which is the world of, modern games where they last for years at a time, maybe, particularly, like, think about the Call of Duty series is a bad example because it's a new game each year, but think about games like, Hearthstone, about World of Warcraft, about all these different series, Destiny's trying to do it now, where, instead of making money from just getting new people to buy the game, you make money from people who already play the game, and you can use that to continually fund the game and continue to get things done. So yeah, they're trying to do that with this game, and they're just trying to get it out there with as many people as they can. They've got a really reasonable monetization model. It's purely cosmetic, which is like the dream team. EA had the huge thing because they tried to charge for the game, then charge for, like, pay-to-win things. This is just like free game with, like, if you want them, there's optional cosmetics, which, by the way, you can unlock some off without having to do that. I just think it's really great on that level. And then the big thing, in my opinion, though, is the fact that there's updates every week, it seems, at this point. We're on the 1.10 update, V1.10, just over 2 months since the game launched, which, when you think about it, means we've had an update pretty much every single week. Compare that to PUBG, the other big game, where they've just kind of decided, like, in the first month and a half I was playing the game, there was one update. It brought in a new assault rifle. It was called the Mini 14, and it was generally considered to be and not, you know, really worth looking at. I never even picked one up. I played it for a week after that update. I just didn't ever find a Mini 14, and that was like, oh, this is everything we get. Oh, that's really exciting. Fortnite, on the other hand, has been doing, you know, like a new weapon every week or a new, you know, launcher. There's a new game mode coming out as I launch this video. Basically, the Fortnite developers are I feel like this is the most responsive we've ever seen developer. This is the best monetization model we've ever seen. This is a whole new genre that is just reaching people the first time on all consoles, and I feel like it's the same thing that happened with, like, you know, the original Call of Duty back in like 2003 and the FPS, where they're like, let's launch on console, and then that console launch is so successful, it drives the series to just be the biggest one. And I really do feel like at some... Oh, also, by the way, here's the stats for... the game on Twitch. As you can see, in just the last 8 weeks alone, it's just about overtaken. It's about to overtake, you know, whatchamacallit? It's about to overtake PUBG, which is really, really crazy when you look at that growth. And my point here is that lots and lots of people are playing Fortnite. Lots and lots of people are then streaming Fortnite, and then lots of people want to watch those Fortnite streams. And, you know, this is Twitch, by the way. I know I stream on YouTube Gaming, but again, Twitch is like the bigger site, it seems. But the thing is lots of people want to watch this game, lots of people want to play this game, and lots of people are realizing that the game has regular updates, which allows people to keep on playing and keep on getting that network effect rolling. Basically, there's a whole new genre which has just started existing on console, and Fortnite is dominating that genre. Before, you know, like, PUBG isn't even out for a week, and that would be the second, you know, game, and only for Xbox One. Basically, yeah, I feel like Fortnite just has so much going over the competition, and I wanted to explain all of that in today's video. So, as you can see in the background, it's kind of a BS ending. That's why I didn't want to include it. It's just like, oh, the game lagged. I got confused. I was like, am I inside the zone, outside the zone? I ran around a bit. He was above me. I don't know if I could have saved myself by, like, I guess I could have, like, placed the ceiling, but I was lost because the game lagged at the last minute. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you got something from it. And I guess I'll see you all in another one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. I'm going to upload a bunch of, like, Fortnite news on this channel because it's fun, so see you in that next video. Bye.